So let's get started. Okay, so let's switch back to the code screen. First we'll be implementing the back button and the text title, and we'll display the title of the video in this txt_title. We have made these two variables, so let's initiate these two variables on create method. So back button is r.id.backButton, and we are giving it a listener, click listener. I'm giving it this, so we'll implement on click listener over here. On click listener we are implementing, and this is the on click listener. When someone clicks on it, on the back button, I'll call the function kill player. It will kill the player, means it will release the player via player.release function, and then I'll finish the activity. I'll entirely kill the activity which is running. Next we'll be displaying the title. So this is the title, find view by id text title. So this title, the text view, we are casting it, and this is the video title we have given. So txt_title.setText and the video title. So this back button and the video title will come over here. So let's move on. Now let's move to Chromecast button. So for implementing Chromecast, we need to import some of the libraries. So these are the 4 libraries which we need to import: the media router library, recycler view library, play service list library, Android query library. And these are the previous 2 libraries which we have imported. So after importing these, we need to click on sync button. After syncing, we need to come back to our code screen. But before that, let's see the design. So as you can see, there is no Chromecast button over here right now, because the Chromecast button actually comes from the library of the Chromecast. Initially we have just shown the Chromecast button in the previous design, just to have a know-how what we are creating. But in the actual, when we are creating the Chromecast, we don't make the Chromecast button. So in the design view, this is the linear layout, and inside it there is the back button, the title bar, video title, and then we have this linear layout. Inside this linear layout, the button will come, the Chromecast button will come. So let's switch back to the code. So implementing Chromecast, we need to initiate these variables. This is the main button, media router button, like the button, widget button, image button. Like the image button, this is also the same type of a button, but this is for Chromecast. So we need to create a context, a session. Session means when you click on the Chromecast button, it connects to the TV, so a session is created. When you again click on the Chromecast button and you click on the disconnect button, a session is broken. So this variable holds that session. And then we need to create a media item class. So this is the media item class. Inside this media item class, we'll be having the entire detail of the video, the title, subtitle, studio, URL, the content type, duration of the video. So everything will be inside this media item class. We'll wrap it in a bundle, or we'll get from the bundle. So these are the getter setter methods inside this media item class, and we'll create a variable for that, mSelected media. So whatever media we have selected will be inside this variable. So this So for this session manager, we have to implement session manager listener. So this session manager listener is the variable which will be listening to the all the sessions, and we'll also need to implement a session manager listener which we have given to this. See, m session manager listener equals to new session manager listener implementation. So this is the implementation of that session manager listener. Okay, so in this session manager listener implementation, we'll have on session start, on session starting, on session started. So on session started, when the Chromecast is totally connected to the TV, we'll write a function called as on application connected. So this is when user has clicked on the button, Chromecast button. When the TV and the Chromecast both are connected, this function will be called. And again, when the connection is broken and again it is reconnected or resumed, again this function will be called. So let's go in the on create method. For Chromecast, this is the cast container linear layout which we have created over here, because we want the Chromecast button inside this linear layout. So we have this variable over here, cast container, and this m media route button is the button which we have defined over here, and now we have initiating over here, and then we are adding this button inside this linear layout with the method add view. Then again we need to initiate the button. Cast button factory is the class. Then there is a function called as setup media route button. We need to pass the context of the application and the media route button. So with this code, we have made the media route button. Now we have a media route, the Chromecast button inside this linear layout. We need to set the context also. For that, we have this class cast context dot get shared instance, and then we need to pass this application's instance. So we are passing this. Okay, so now after we have initiated the context, now we need to set we need to get the session manager, and also we need to add session manager which we have created above. So this is the line for that, this is the code line for that. M cast context dot get session manager dot add session manager listener. So first we are getting the session manager, and then we are adding our custom session manager which we have created, and at the end we need to give cast session dot class. So this is the syntax for that. So this is our session manager listener. This is the class, this is the variable for that, and this is binded to this, and inside this we have on session started. This is called when your mobile phone is purely connected to your TV, both the connections are proper, then this on session started function is called, and inside it we are calling on application connected. So let's look to this code of application connected. Inside this function we are getting the session from the listener, above listener, we are making it global, and again we are loading the remote media. Now why remote media? Because our URL, HLS URL, is actually hosted on a server and it is public, so everyone can see it. So it is a remote media, it's not in your local device, so it is called as a remote media. So let's look into this function, load remote media. Inside this remote media, the first parameter is position and the second parameter is autoplay. So the position is 0 and autoplay is true. Position is from where you want to start the video. If you say if you want to start the video from 2 minutes, so your video will start from the second minute of the video, and if you want to start from the initial point, so you have to start with 0th second. It will start from the 0th second. And autoplay is true means it will automatically play the video when we are connected to the Chromecast. So in this function, as you can see, if Chromecast is if the session is null, it won't do anything. It will just give you a return. And then we need to create a remote media client. We get this remote media client from the session.get media client, remote media client. So we have this variable now which is initiated. After initiation, we need to load a media inside this remote media client. For loading it, we have this function called as .load. Inside this .load function, we need a media info object as a first parameter. The second parameter is autoplay. Autoplay is true. And the third parameter is position. We need to start the video from the 0th second, so the position is 0. And after the media is loaded, we need to add some listeners to it. So we are adding the listeners over here, remote media client dot add listener, and this is the new remote media client dot listener. So inside it, on session updated. So when it is connected, when the video is on the screen, when the Chromecast has accepted the video, this function is called, this listener is called on session on status updated. This event is fired. So inside this event, we are writing some code. We are actually starting another activity, expand controls activity. This activity is actually the controls of the Chromecast. So when the video is playing on the TV screen and you want to seek it forward or seek it backwards, reverse it, you need to pause or play the video on the TV screen. So you have separate controls provided from the Chromecast library. So we are just starting the expand control activity for that. Inside the expand control activity, we have actually extended it, and we have did nothing extra on it. So this is also not necessary, and this is also not necessary. Only pure if you just extend it. So this is the expanded controller activity. If we just extend it, and over here just start the activity, that's it. You get the player controls over there, Chromecast separate controls over there. And after it has started, we need to remove this listener because we don't need any events further. We don't require any events further. So again, moving to the .load function, what is this build media info? So the media info object tells the Chromecast that information about the media which we are going to load. So inside this build media info, we first need movie metadata. So this is also a part of Chromecast library. We first need to make a initialize this movie metadata variable via this new movie metadata and we'll passing the type as media type movie, because it is a video we are going to play. And then we have created a media item .java. Inside it we have all the information about the video we are going to load: title, URL, content type. So we'll initiate again over here, and then we'll set the URL of the video, content type, the title, but we cannot pass our selected media to the Chromecast, because it won't understand. It will only understand movie metadata or media info object. So movie metadata dot put string and the title of the video, we are getting it from here. So the title is set, and now we need to return the media info object. So media info dot builder, the URL, and then we need to set the stream type. Stream type is buffered, content type is HLS because it is a HLS media, and metadata is this metadata, and we need to set stream duration with this selected media. We get the get duration, and at the end dot build. So this will return movie media info to this load function, and media will start getting played on the TV. So this was all about the Chromecast. Hope you might have understood. If not, so this is the developer guide for making a Chromecast application. Visit this URL. You will get all the details regarding Chromecast, regarding how to make a Chromecast application, how to show the video, how to show the controls. Everything is over here. We just implemented what we wanted, so we just implemented according to our app. If you need to learn further about the Chromecast, this is the place you need to visit. Okay, so let's move ahead. We will implement a Seekbar and current duration, total duration. So over here in the design, we will implement this section, the Seekbar, current duration and the total duration. So these are these three variables. This is that, and these both are text view. This and this is text view, and this is Seekbar. So over here, current time, total duration, and Seekbar. In the on create, we have this. We will initialize over here current time, total duration, and this. So we are initiating the Seekbar over here, and we are also binding a change listener over here. So when a user changes the position of the Seekbar, it will come over here, and we'll seek the video to the position on which it has moved. So player.seek to will change the position of the video to the position of the Seekbar. So this is the code for that, and now we have to display the current time and total duration. For that, we have initially in the previous video we have made a runnable object. So this is the runnable object. We update the player in every 200 milliseconds. So this is the total duration of the video. So the total duration, we are converting it via a string.format function. So %d dot. Dot is the differentiator between the 2 minute and the second, hour, minute, seconds. So dot is the differentiator in between. So percent 2d, so 2 digits over here, 2d and 2d, 2 digits. So we are getting hours, minutes and seconds. So you are converting it to a string. Same is the case for current duration also. Differentiator hours, minutes and seconds, and then after converting it to string, we are just setting the text of these text views via dot set text. And for Seekbar we need to set a max over here. So this is the Seekbar dot set max, and the videos get duration function will get me the total duration of the video in seconds. So this is the total the set max of the Seekbar. And we also need to set the progress of the set Seekbar, where the video is right now. So this is the player dot get current position is the function which will get me the current seconds of the video, and the dot set progress will set the pointer of the Seekbar on that place. So this is it. Now let's check on the device. Okay friends, so now let's check on the device. So as you can see, in the behind is my TV and this is my mobile phone. And as you can see over here, this is the Chromecast button, and when I click on the Chromecast button, I see my Chromecast ID over here. And when I click on it, as you can see over there, the screen changes over there, and we can see the controls over here, Chromecast controls over here. These are the separate controls made just for the Chromecast. That expand activity, it is being called over here, expand control activity. And over there, as you can see, that is the video playing. So our mission to play our video on a TV screen has been accomplished, and from here we can even play and pause the video. Okay friends, now over here, as we can see, the title is being displayed, Big Buck Bunny, and also we have coded for the back button. So let's click on that back button. The application exits.
So friends, as you can see, the total duration, current duration, and this is the Seekbar. Seekbar is getting progressed, and let's forward it by using the Seekbar. Now it's getting buffered, and then it's playing right now. So that's it friends.